Well, hello everybody. Can you give me a thumbs up so I can check you can all hear me? Fabulous. Okay, great. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Rosie, and I am a clarinetist, and I teach woodwind as well. And I worked with Red Earth Theatre on their last show, which was Soon Child, and I wrote some of the music and performed it. So what we thought we would do today as part of the workshop is talk about writing music and how we can do that to work with theatre. Now, the thing is, normally when we play music, it's mainly about our ears, isn't it? And listening and responding to things we can hear. But the great thing when you put it into theatre is that it becomes visual as well. And that's what we're going to use to help us create some music. So, first of all, could you all have with you a pen and some paper? You've got a pen and paper or something you could draw on. If you haven't got a pen and paper, don't worry, you can make some mental drawing. But what we're going to do is I'm going to say 5 words to you, and I want you to draw either a line or a shape that represents those words, okay? So the first one is happy. So if you think of the word happy, what shape would you draw or what type of line would you draw? That's your first one. Brilliant. Okay, the second one is sad. So the word sad, what type of line would you draw for sad, or what type of shape does it make you think of? Brilliant. The next one is funny. So if you think of funny, what type of line would you draw? What type of shape would you draw? Excellent. Lots of concentrating faces. The next one is mysterious. So what type of line or shape seems mysterious? Oh, I can see lots of crossing out and changing as well. Let's seeing how we go with our lines. Brilliant. Okay, and the next one, the last one we're going to do is wonderful. So what type of shape or line makes you think of the word wonderful? Great. So have we all got some shapes and we've got some lines, all right? Give me a thumbs up if you're all good. Yay. Brilliant. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to now play you I'm going to play you 5 things, and I want you to see if you can tell which one I'm trying to play. All right. So you can write number 1 on your piece of paper. And so one of them is going to be a happy one. One of them is going to be a sad one. One of them is going to be a mysterious one. One's going to be funny. And one's going to be wonderful, hopefully. All right, so I'm going to start, and I want you to write down which one you think this is going to be. Okay, that was the first one. So what did we think that one was? Right, and this is the next one. Okay, that's the next one. So is that sad, happy, funny, mysterious, or wonderful? Okay, this is the next one. think about that one? Was that happy, sad, funny, mysterious, or wonderful? Right, and this is the next one. Okay, what did you think about that one? How did that one sound? And then your last one. What do you think about that one? So, if you've written down which ones you think, now I'm going to say, actually, I mean, I know which ones I thought are in my head, and I obviously can't hear you, so it doesn't matter actually which one you thought was what, because a lot of it is, I might have played something that sounded a bit sad, and you might have thought that was mysterious, but that is actually okay. What the point is that all of those tunes make us feel an emotion. Okay, and that's what we're trying to convey through our music when we're putting it to picture. So now we've done that, you've drawn your lines and you've drawn your shapes, and you've heard some of my examples of some of those things. Now what I thought was, the first one I did was funny. That was meant to be a funny tune. The second one was sad, I think, and then the third one was happy, and then it was wonderful, then it was mysterious. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you this book. Now this is the book that Red Earth's next show is, which is called The Red Tree. Can we all see that? Yeah. Now we're using this image to write our own little tunes today. That's what we're going to do. Now I know it's a little bit blurry, but I'll talk you through what we've got. So it says here, wonderful things are passing you by. Okay, and then we've got a picture of a window. And there's lots of things going on in this window. Okay, can we all see it fairly clearly on the screen? Good. Okay, so what I would like you to do now on your sheet of paper is, I would like you to draw your own little window. And we'll just like this, with 4 boxes in it, like this. Okay, so just do a square and split it into 4. Now, I would like, if you can, to pick out 4 things that you can see in this window. Now I'll do a bit of a close-up on some bits. So 4 things, if you have a look, that you can see. And if you don't end up getting 4, don't worry about it, because we're probably only going to have time to do one anyway. But these are the 4 corners of the window. There we go. Fabulous, okay. So hopefully you've managed to pick 4 different things that you could do in your windows. So talk about some of the things that we've got. We've got a moon here. Got some butterflies. We've got some clouds. We've got this, which you don't really know what it is, but it's some unexplainable or unexplained thing. And these look a bit like party streamers and some confetti. which could be butterflies or it could be some separate confetti. And then we've got a little girl at the bottom who's looking out, all of these beautiful things out the window. And she can't get out of the window, okay? So there's some of the things that you could have written down. So what we need to try and do now, if we are a musician, as we all are, and we're creating some music for theatre, we need to try and make a tune that's going to work with these, okay? So, as an example, I am going to pick the little girl as mine, okay? Now, in this picture, I think that she looks a bit like she wishes she was outside as well, you know, because it says wonderful things are passing you by, and I think she's looking out the window wishing that she was part of this carnival in the sky, okay? So the feeling, I guess, that you would maybe think is a bit sad. She's feeling a little bit sad. But also within that image, she is a bit sad, but you don't want to create a really, really sad tune because the actual picture's full of lots of bright colour and everything. So we've got to try and find a way to do that. So what you would try and do is, if you've got your instrument there, could you pick it up for me? So we're holding it. And if you haven't got an instrument, don't worry, because we can either use our voices or we can do some clapping and we can do some sound making. So I'll go through that with you in a second. But what I would like you to do is the picture that you've chosen of your 4 that you've chosen. So I'm going to do the little girl, but you could do the butterflies, or you could do the crazy object, or you could do the streamers, or you could do the clouds, or you could do the moon. We're going to try and make up a really quick little tune to go with that picture to try and describe it, okay? So for the little girl, like I've said, I think that she's a little bit sad, but she's also amazed by all this wonderful thing. So the way I'm going to describe that with my music is I'm going to play a tune, and because it's a bit sad, I'm going to play it quite slowly, but I'm going to try and play it in a really open way, like we're going, wow, okay? Now, even if you can't play very many notes on your instrument, that doesn't matter, because we only need to use, you know, about 4 or 5 notes to do this, and we're going to use like just one scale. So either, if you know a scale, I would use a major scale. So for some of you, I know that I teach, you could use your F major or your G major scale, but if I don't know you and you don't know a whole scale yet, you could just use 3 notes. So you could maybe try and do C, D and E, or C, D, E, F, G, maybe 5 notes. And we're going to use those by moving up and back down in some patterns, okay? And you can make sure that you can move by step up and down, or you could skip out some notes for your patterns. And we can also play different note lengths as well. And this is how we try and make the shape of the tune to represent the picture. Now, those little shapes that I got you to draw at the beginning, the picture that you're going to do, I want you to use that shape to help you construct your tune. So for my one, with sad, I drew a little line that went like down like this. And my shape went woo, okay? And then, but with wonderful, do that. The shapes, it's quite a wonderful shape, okay? So I'm going to try and mix those together. So I'm going to start with a note and I'm going to work downwards, but I'm going to then maybe try and make it spin around a little bit to try and sound wonderful. So this is what I'm going to do. This is my little tune, which is going to represent that little girl in the window looking out, feeling a little bit sad, but looking out at something wonderful, okay? So. Okay, so what I did is I started on a G, and I worked down to my C. So I only used 5 notes, but within that, I made a little tune, which could be that, to show how that little girl was feeling. So I'll do it again. All right, so I want you to have a little go now, just for a minute, using just, you know, if you only know 3 notes, that's fine, because you could do this. So you're playing it and it sounds nice, and it sounds so like it's like you're whoa, because we're spreading the notes out, but we're only using 3. Okay, so that's what I'd like you to do. So you've got 1 minute to just have a little play around at the moment. And if you picked the little girl, we can think of something sad, trying to follow the shape that you drew. If you picked the butterfly and you wanted to do something like the butterfly, probably imagine quite happy and fluttery. So you could do using a couple of notes. That could be that. With the what was one of the other things on the picture? With the carnival, we could just do lots of jumping up 2 or 3 notes at a time. Okay, so I'm only using the notes C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, so you've got 1 minute to have a little go at playing around with those notes. And then if you don't have an instrument, I want you to have a go with your voices. So think about what sounds you could use that we could create a shape from. So if you've drawn a shape that's like my wonderful one, which was a circle, you could sing around those patterns. So you could go la 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 la, something like that, which is representing this pattern, which we could then put to the little girl. La 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 la. And that kind of sounds a little bit like, oh, I'm sat here looking out at everything, wishing that I could be a part of it, but I can't be. Oh, I can see lots of you doing some fantastic jobs coming up with your tunes. Brilliant.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Fabulous.
I'll mute for a minute.
It's great. Look at you all doing a brilliant job. Now, it's good to say that while you're doing this, so you guys concentrate, but there is no right or wrong way to create music to describe something, because the point is, if that's how you feel and that's what you think, then as long as there's a message and you've got your character that you can visualize, it will work. Brilliant. Great. So I can see you're all doing a fantastic job. So what I would like you to do after this session's finished, because we're nearly at the end, I would absolutely love it if you could have a go at using this idea to create either a proper little piece about something on that page, or just a little short tune, or even if it's just like a sound clip, or if you don't have an instrument and you don't want to do that, your own drawing, because what you could do is you could do a drawing using those shapes of how in that picture with those things, with the butterfly, with the little girl, you could draw the emotions of the tunes that you think. So you could do she was sad, and then she was happy, and then she saw the butterflies, which were wonderful, and then there was a big celebration in the sky, and that was a bit mysterious. What would mysterious be? Oh. And so you've kind of got your own little picture of which you could create sounds. So if you want to have a go at doing some of that, coming up with your own little tune, that would be brilliant. And simple is the key, and also repetition is the key. That is one thing. So don't feel like if you've got to write a tune that you have to use loads and loads of notes. You can use 3 notes and you can use space, you can have silence in between. That's really important, especially for mysterious things, because that's what makes it creepy, is the space. So if you want to come up with your little tune, and Amanda's going to tell you about where you can send them, because you could record the clips on your phone, or mum and dad could record the clips on your phone and email them to us, and we would love to hear what you've put together for these pictures. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with your challenge for the day, your musical challenge, which is to create a tune about one of the things that we saw in the picture. So as a recap, you've got the butterflies, you've got the little girl staring out the window, you've got the moon, you've got the crazy thing in the sky. I should show you the picture again, shouldn't I? That's probably a good idea. You can see. Or you can come up with music for more than one thing. Okay, or the clouds. And see if you can come up with a little tune that you feel is representative of that. And like we said, there's no right or wrong answer.
Okay. So Rosie, are you still with us? Or have you frozen? I think Rosie might have frozen. So, right. We're really interested in getting all the ideas that you've had from the sessions, so that we can put together a gallery of pictures, music, words, ideas. So if you can record what you've made in in this music session, or what you make afterwards, we'd be really, really interested to see it and hear it, so we can have recordings of it, as Rosie said. We can have pictures. You can make up a story from it if you want, all sorts of things. And if you email that to calmandcreative@redearththeatre.com, we'll just really enjoy hearing anything from you, what you thought about the session and what you've created out of it. So I'll say that again. It's calmandcreative@redearththeatre.com.
Hi Amanda, sorry I got cut off. I've come back on Jamie's computer. Hello everybody.
Oh,
sorry,
we thought we'd lost you.
It did, it was just disconnected. But anyway, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you found it useful to create some music, and we're really looking forward to hearing some of the tunes that you come up with yourself.
So all I have to say is thank you very much to everybody. Go well and stay safe, and hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Rosie. And